Hi, I'm Bob Anch, a senior editor with CE Pro Magazine, and today I am with Jennifer Kirkpatrick, Director of Sales for American Lighting. Jennifer, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, Bob. I appreciate it.
Thank you for hopping online with me today. We are going to talk about lighting and some of the latest lighting trends in the market in the smart home industry and some of American Lighting's latest products.
Yeah, lots to talk about. We're excited to get into it. And with CEDIA just around the corner, soon the dealers are going to see all the things we've been working on this year.
Awesome. And with that, I'm going to hit you with my first question.
Yeah.
American Lighting is focused on new product lines like the Pixel lighting products. What makes Pixel an important product for the company supporting dealers in the smart home industry?
Yeah. So Pixel has been gaining in popularity probably the last 3 years. And to break down what that is, those are products that have individually addressable diodes. So with that product, you can create chasing effects. I think one of my favorite applications is when people will have a dimmer switch and they will hit it on, the lights will chase up, they hit it off, the lights will chase down. So it gives integrators this brand new category of lighting that's dependent on controls and programming so they can diversify. They don't have to worry about competing with the distributor down the street or the electrician. So they're not only making money on the revenue side, but also on the controls and programming as well. It has been a huge shift in the market where it's kind of the DIY products that got people excited about it, but now they're looking for more advanced systems that they can integrate into their control system. So it's been a big focus for us here the last couple of years. And most importantly, making it easy for the integrator, right? When you have these individually addressable diodes, it can become very time consuming to do the programming. We now have all of these tools making it easier for the integrator to drag and drop scenes into their system.
Okay, and I think that leads me perfectly into my next question. What are some of the biggest trends that you see in the lighting market right now? And how can dealers through American Lighting take advantage of these trends?
Yeah, when we first got started in the CI channel in 2019, I think integrators were trying to find their place with lighting, right? They had to compete with the electrician. They were not competing, but maybe taking some of the market share from some of the lighting designers out there. And they had to figure out where was their place in the market. And fortunately for them, a big trend has been immersive lighting. So people getting customized lighting that they can interact with that makes sense for their lifestyle. Um, one of the great examples that I have is we worked with Hometronics, which is a big customer of ours, and they created a bowling alley and they did hundreds and hundreds of feet of embedded extrusions into the wall, lots of unique shapes with the extrusion or the channel, and then did full tunable and color changing lighting products inside of this bowling alley. And then they would create triggers. So if someone got a strike, the lights would do a little dance. So they're not only offering lighting, but unique experiences to their end users. And the dealers that are embracing that are finding that there is huge revenue streams with high margin associated with that because they're really the only one in the market that can offer installation, programming, and maintenance over time. So, really big trend is just offering that customization that customers are looking for that makes sense for their home design.
Okay, I want to look at some data that CE Pro produced recently. CE Pro research indicates that dealers are more comfortable using certified lighting designers or their vendor partner to help them develop lighting systems. With dealers using vendor support, what is American Lighting doing to make sure its dealers get the design help they need to make their clients happy?
That's a great question because, I talked about earlier the integrator finding their place in the lighting world, and there's lots of different levels of support. You're going to have that dealer that goes in and says, "Oh, hey, I noticed you don't have any kitchen lighting. Let me go ahead and install that for you." Something like that can easily be done through any manufacturer design program. But there's going to be other cases where you have a 10,000 square foot home where they want the full lighting package. And that's maybe where you're going to want to tap in a lighting designer to make sure that you're hitting the light levels required. With ProLux, we try to offer a series of different layout and support services depending on what that project is. So it's always going to start with, hey, let's get on a call. Let's feel out where your comfort level is. Let's get you some samples. Let's have the local rep come in and talk to you. But once they get a project, they can schedule a one-on-one time with one of our support members. And that hour is completely theirs. They can ask as many questions as they want. That conversation is actually recorded. So say the project comes to fruition 9 months from now, and you're like, geez, what did they talk about during that session? You could go back, you could watch the recording, and you can send it to everyone on your team so that your salespeople, installers, and programmers all understand the design intent. So we do try to give you a comprehensive level of service, no matter what size the project is.
Okay, this question is kind of similar to the last one, but it again comes from CE Pro data. And what CE Pro found is that new dealers or dealers new to lighting are more comfortable using tape lighting products. What can American Lighting do to help dealers broaden their scope of lighting products and what they use and specify?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, the reason that people have been attracted to American Lighting is because we offer a wide breadth of products. So, again, something simple like white light to color changing to pixel, offering support. We make sure that they have that full breadth of product and they have the supporting documentation to help them in the field. So, we go as far as giving them wiring diagrams, which we call one-liners, letting them know how the system works together. We will do renderings for that project. So again, just offering full support so they understand what their options are. They can also communicate that to the end user and they feel confident going in to actually execute that application.
Okay, here's my final question for you today. Offline, we were talking before I hit record about CEDIA and looking towards September. What can American lighting dealers and dealers attending CEDIA Expo period expect from American Lighting at the expo when she comes up in early September in your hometown, I believe, Denver?
Yes, our hometown. We love when it's in our backyard. Um, so I'm really excited about this year's booth. So anyone that's seen a ProLux by American Lighting booth knows that we put a lot of time and effort into giving people that experience. We have a completely new booth that looks just like a residential home. You will be able to walk in and see lots of different applications, things that you probably didn't think about before, and then see some of this newer technology that we've been working on this year. The technology that we're bringing to CEDIA is very focused towards the CI channel, where we're not going to be able to sell those products through any other channel because of the unique sets of skills that the integrators bring to the table. So everything is going to be very control heavy. We're going to walk people through what components they need. So we're very excited to show off what we've been working on this year and giving integrators more tools to use in the field. But the other thing that we're really going to promote that we started this year and we've had huge success with is our certification program. So our certification program is an 8-hour course. It is for the salesperson, the installer, and the programmer so they can understand the process from start to finish on what needs to be communicated to make sure there's no issues in the field when you go to actually do that install. So with the certification, we do it here in Denver. We also have a location in Dallas that we will hold these certifications. And then we are taking it out on the road because we want as much adoption to the ProLux system and making sure integrators feel comfortable with these immersive advanced installs that we are going to multiple major cities across the country. So this year, we've done it in Denver, we've done it in Dallas, we're going to Seattle, we're going to Orlando. So we will have a full schedule for 2026 in those certification programs, and dealers can start signing up and planning to get their staff there and get them trained up so they can start embracing these new technologies.
Okay, can I sneak in one more tiny question?
Just one.
Okay, thank you. Where can dealers go to learn more about American lighting on the internet?
Absolutely. So Prolux by American Lighting is our division for the custom integration channel. So if you go to the website, you will be able to find our enlightenment program, which is what allows you to make your own personalized appointment with one of our support members. You would also be able to find out about the certification program and what locations those certification programs are going to be in. And then we have lots of different videos and resources that they can access on our website as well. And if they'd like to reach out directly to start talking to their regional sales manager or their local rep, they can always reach out to sales@proluxlighting.com.
Fantastic. Jennifer, thank you for taking a few moments out of your day to speak to me about your latest products, American Lighting, and products like Pixel Lighting and your dealer training programs. Have a great day.